Today I'm going to show you how to make this masculine gatefold card, okay? And the gatefold basically just means that the front two panels open up like a double door gate, okay? So it's very easy and it's just a nice fun twist on the traditional card, okay? I'm not very straight, but we're going for it. Hi, Brandy. Okay, before I show you how to actually make the card though, I want to show you that we are going to be focusing on the classic garage suite in this live. So it comes, the suite includes the Geared Up Garage stamp set, as well as the, hoping you can see all this, as well as the coordinating framelits and thinlits. And I just lost the name of that. Sorry. It's the Garage Gear thinlits. So Geared Up Garage stamp set and Garage Gear thinlits, okay? And then it has some wonderful, wonderful 6x6 designer series paper. That is $11. And I'll just show you a few here. We're going to use two of them today. So one side is printed and the other side is more of a solid, okay? And it focuses on cars and gears and driving, tools, that sort of thing. So very masculine and lots of fun. Although I do have a niece who will be getting her driver's license late spring. And I thought, oh, it'd be fun to use this card and do a fun color, pink or aqua or something, and make her a congratulations card because we'll be celebrating when she gets her license. Okay. The other thing I want to tell you about this, and this is today's tip, on this piece of designer series paper with all these gears, you can, and there are several of these that match up either with the stamp and or the designer series paper. For example, this one, I believe you can cut out the little gasoline can with the thinlet, okay? And there's a toolbox car, so it coordinates with the stamps as well as the designer series paper. On this designer series paper, and this pattern in particular, I want to show you that you can cut out all these different gears, okay, which I've done on my first card. I have to just remember. And the fun thing is it's really easy and quick because I put them all on my Big Shot at the same time and they went through all at once. So I wasn't having to cut out, wasn't having to run it through so many times, run it through the Big Shot. And I'm missing one actually. I'm missing my three that are attached together like I used on the envelope. I don't know where that went. Hopefully it's not in my trash. I'll have to look for that after the Facebook Live. So I just wanted to show you that. It's wonderful that Stampin' Up! Does things like this for us. It just makes creating easier and more fun. And then once you've done that, there are other ones still that you can cut out. All these that are three that are connected, there's three of those. You can see that there are several different ones. And this one, the big one with all the gears attached, actually cuts out three for you, okay? So it actually would cut out three. So that's kind of fun because you know that with this piece of designer series paper, I could make three of these cards with this front, with the same front, okay? So now that we've done that, somebody remind me at the end, I have to look for that other thinlet, okay? And here you can see how I started and how I ended up with those. And like I said, there's still plenty there to cut out with my thinlits. Okay, so let's get started making the card. In the value of time. I have pre-cut things. I've got a super busy week. I am hosting my January Creative Escape Weekend in Cincinnati, Friday through Monday. So I've been working very diligently and very long hours and all that. So you are going to start with a card base, okay, that is 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. So that piece is standard size. What's different about it is the scoring, okay? I scored this already, but I'll show you again, okay? Now, basically, you're going to score at 2 1/8 inches and 6 3/8. So 2 1/8. Now, the problem I have here is that my 3/8 is somewhere in here. And to avoid messing up, I just, flipped my cardstock around and did another 2 1/8 at the other side, okay? So each of my front panels of the gate is 2 1/8 inches wide. The inside card base is 4 1/4. So that's how we get our standard size 5.5, 4 1/4 base. We just score differently, okay? Very same size as all the other ones, or most of the other ones I make, okay? Now here, I want to obviously put a piece of white cardstock in here. So this piece measures 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And you know that I like to do my stamping before I adhere anything to the cardstock. That way, I'm going to stamp on my grid paper first, or my scrapbook paper, to see how straight that is, okay? By stamping first and adhering second, if I made a mistake or wasn't happy with my stamping, I could flip this over and try again. But it turned out great, just the way I wanted it. So I'm going to add some adhesive. And when you have something dark, put it against white. If you have a white card base, put it against something dark, like our Stampin' Pierce mat. Okay, so add your center, okay, and I can decorate that later, okay, and then I'm going to do my panels next. So for my panels on the front of this card, I'm going to leave this here so you can kind of see it as we're working. See if I can keep it closed somehow. Okay, notice that the images match up. Okay, that's one motorcycle. Okay, so when I cut my designer series paper, I cut it 5 1/4 inches by 1 1/4. Let me check that. 1 3/4, I'm sorry. 5 1/4 by 1 3/4. And I will have all of this on my blog, Stampin' Piece blog, tomorrow. And I will have all the measurements laid out for you. And of course, I will upload this Facebook Live video to that as well, so you can go back and replay. But what I want to say here is I'm somebody who likes to match things up, okay? So when I cut that and I'm ready to put it on the front of my card, I know that this is my left panel and this is for my right panel, okay? So my Whisper White is cut at 1 7/8 inch by 5 1/4. Okay. Let me double check that. Yes. 1 7/8 inch by 5 1/4. I'm going to put both of these down on the left and right sides of my gatefold card. And isn't that base easy to make? Once you have the measurements, it's super easy. Okay. And the DSP is 1 3/4 wide by 5 1/8. I just want a very small border. Hi, Nancy. I just want a very small border. So I took the next layer down just 1/8 of an inch rather than 1/4 of an inch, which is pretty standard. But of course it can be anything you want. And now I'll adhere the left panel with the Designer Series paper. This motorcycle print makes me think of my friends Susie and Denny, who love to ride their Harley together, and also a really dear demonstrator, Dawn Griffith, who she and her husband ride a lot. So that's kind of fun. Okay, the next thing is I have a piece of, I have to think, the Whisper White is 2.5 inches by 3 3/4. And then I have a piece of black that I'm going to mat that on, and that is 1/8 inch larger. So 2 3/8 by 3 7/8. Okay, you see that there? 2 5/8. I'm sorry, 2 5/8 and 3 7/8. But again, I will have all the measurements for you on my blog tomorrow. So it'll be easy to locate. Now, when you adhere this to the front, you could put it in the middle. You could turn things this way if you wanted. But I wanted to show that motorcycle. So I kept this part vertical and I've dropped it down a little bit from center. Okay. Now, when you're adhering this, remember, you want your card to open. If you adhere it all the way across, if you put adhesive all over this, your card's not going to be able to open. I know it sounds silly to have to say that, but trust me, I think we've all made that mistake one time or another. So I like to remind people of that. I'm just putting adhesive on the left side. I see I have a little smudge there, but I think it will get covered up. So now I want to cut out another set of gears using my big thinlet. I've got my Big Shot right here. Okay. And I'm going to use the same piece of Designer Series paper that I already had out. Okay, I hope you can see all of this in the video. There's always a delay when I'm looking at my screen, so I'm working ahead and the video is actually delayed a bit. Okay, yes, it looks like we've got it all in there. And then, as I said, there are all these other ones, minus the one that I misplaced. I'm sure it's here somewhere, probably under these papers. But I'm going to go ahead and cut a few more of these. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Oh, well. No worries. Okay, I'm just going to leave those aside. No worries. You saw what the inside of this card looked like, and it's going to be awesome no matter what. Okay? I'm a little discombobulated since I had that technical difficulty at the beginning there. And again, I'm frustrated that... Hi, Jacqueline. I'm frustrated that the picture you're seeing is vertical. I wanted it to lay horizontal, but every time I switch my phone, it's... but that's Facebook for you. I shouldn't say it like that. Facebook is a really awesome, wonderful resource for us, and it's fun to be able to do things like this with other people that we would probably never meet otherwise. Okay, because this is Designer Series paper cut out really quickly and easily, I could be using my Big Shot die brush, but it was just as easy and fast to do it this way. Okay, but that Big Shot die brush is really wonderful, especially if you are cutting cardstock with your thinlets. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and, why can't I find, here it is, and put that on my card just like that. And to do that, I'm going to use my glue dots. Glue dots are a wonderful invention. So what I do is just press my designer series paper down onto the glue dot, pick up, and it's right there. It lifts right off. Okay. And I try to put the glue dot in spaces where it's really not going to show. And they're pretty much small enough that I can get it enough places. You don't have to cover all of that paper with glue dots. You can see I just have them kind of interspersed there. Okay, so I think I'm going to do it this way. Okay, I've already, here's that one I was looking for inside the card. Okay, so, and then I can cut out some more gears with my designer series paper. Okay, there's still plenty more to cut out, and I'm going to put those in the corners there. Okay, and last of all, on my envelope, I cut out some gears and I used some adhesive that it would lay completely flat. So I think this will be fine to go through the mail because there's no loose edges. Okay. Now with our Classic Garage product suite in the Occasions catalog, we have two embellishments. This is the black and silver metallic ribbon. Hi Tammy, glad you're here. And we also have these Classic Garage metal elements. And in here you'll find a little key. I hope you can see that well. Okay, I'm going to put it here. And then we also have these little, I guess they're called wrenches, I think. But they both go with the theme of the designer series paper as well as the stamp set. And today I'm just going to add a teeny tiny bit of ribbon. You can see how small it is. I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to trim the ends at an angle. And while they're folded in half, I'm just going to spread the ends a little bit. And I'm going to put some glue dots at the back. Now I don't want it at the very top because I'm leaving that folded side up. I want it above the piece of cardstock, okay, on my gatefold card. So I did that. Okay. And then last, I'm going to add this cute metal little wrench. And I'm doing that by putting two glue dots on the back of it. And on this, you might need to roll those glue dots a little bit just because the wrench is a little narrower than the glue dots themselves. Okay, but that's no problem at all. Just roll them up and then you're ready to set that in place and your card's all finished. Okay, isn't that cute? So this would be great for birthday, of course, a congratulations, what else? Retirement, somebody earned a trip, wouldn't that be fun? All kinds of things. And there are several other sentiments in here as well. For example, Happy Father's Day, you jumpstart my heart, best dad, you're a classic. So lots of fun things for us to work with. And I would love to see what you create. Has anybody watching purchased the Classic Garage products? Anybody out there? Anybody thinking about it? Have it on your shopping list. Okay. Please remember that Sale-A-Bration is happening right now. We have special promotions for those who shop, meaning they place orders. For every $50 in order before shipping and tax, you can choose a free product from our level 1 products in the Sale-A-Bration brochure. Or with a $100 order, we have a couple of level 2 products you can choose from. There is absolutely no limit to the number of free products you can order through Sale-A-Bration, or you can get with the Sale-A-Bration promotion through the end of March. So say you place a $100 order today and you get 2, and you do a $50 order next month and you get another Sale-A-Bration, or you do a great big order and get lots of Sale-A-Bration products free. That's awesome. We also have special deals for hosts. You can either host a Stampin' Up! Party or a private class, and I'm happy to talk to anybody about that. And I have some fun challenges for our hosts that they can earn extra freebies from me when they host a party. But for Sale-A-Bration, Stampin' Up! Is giving hosts that have a total of $250 in sales or more an additional $25 in Stampin' rewards. What that means is you get the regular amount, which would be 10% of your sales. So $250 in total sales means you would get $25 Stampin' rewards, and Stampin' Up! Is giving you another 25. So you'll have a total of 50 Stampin' rewards to spend. So $50 of free products. So that's really awesome. And then finally, our biggest deal of all is the purchase of a starter kit. So far, I have signed up in the first 2 weeks of Sale-A-Bration. I have signed up 5 people, meaning they've each purchased a starter kit. One of them, Sandy, who's watching, is working on getting a monthly club together so she can stamp with other people. She used to come to a lot of my classes and clubs when I still lived in Cincinnati, but since I moved, she decided to purchase the starter kit and see if she could start her own stamp club. So I'm really excited about that and really proud of Sandy for doing that, and I know she'll be great. It takes time and effort, but she can do it. And then the other people simply are wanting a great deal. You get $175 in product for $99 plus tax, free shipping. When you do the math, add it all up, you're getting that $175 of product for almost half price. And it really doesn't get any better than that. So some of the other people that have signed up with me simply do it to get a great deal. And they may not purchase anymore. They might just do that because they got a lot of product to play with now. Others have a very long wish list. So they started off by purchasing the starter kit, and they'll order the remainder of things on their list over the next couple of months. So they'll get more Sale-A-Bration rewards, and they'll be buying their things at a 20% discount, which is awesome. And if you sign up this month, you are guaranteed that 20% discount through the end of June. So I would love to sell you the starter kit because it truly is the best value. You do not have to hold classes if you don't want to. You do not have to sell if you don't want to. There are a few people on my team that are working towards building businesses, and I'm so happy about that. Many people on my team are what we call hobby demonstrators, and they're in it to enjoy the discount and get some of the demonstrator perks and be a part of a group of other people. We'll call it a team, but because that's what Stampin' Up! Calls us. But they're happy to just be a part of a group where we can stamp and share together. So please consider that, whether you want to shop, host, or join during Sale-A-Bration. I'm here to help you get the most for your money and enjoy stamping. Have a great night, ladies. I have a quick announcement. Thursday, my schedule has opened up. I won't have my usual visiting angel client. So I'm going to do another Facebook Live on Thursday morning, the same site, Stampin' Scrap with Mary Knabe, at 10 a.m. Okay? That's 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And now who wants to see my new craft room? Anybody? Hi, Brittany. Okay, that's a teaser. You're not going to see the craft room right now because I'm still in the midst of prepping and bagging for this weekend's event. but I will give you a tour of my craft room on Thursday at 10 a.m. We'll do that first, and then I'll have another project. And again, it will be a masculine card. But I'll do something other than Classic Garage this time, I think. Okay, Tammy and Georgine said, yes, they want to see the craft room. Well, I hope you'll come back on Thursday and join me. And if you can't join me at 10 a.m. on Thursday, it will be shared to this group. I'll also be posting it on my blog, etc. So thanks for joining me. I hope I have inspired you and shown you a fun card layout, the gatefold card, which you can do with any paper, any stamp set, any design. Possibilities are always endless with Stampin' Up! Products. So thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful night. Stay warm. It's very cold here in Ohio. Bye-bye.